Yo, what's good, YouTube? It is your boy Noshow here. Hey man, check this out. I got a brand new video for y'all here today. It is by Young Don, the Sauce God. It's called Getting Teased for Where I Lived. Now, bro, I mean, you already know Young Don, the Sauce God. If you don't know who he is, bro, he is a animator just like the odds went out. I think it's Jaden Animations. You know, like big animators like that. He's not too big. He got 1.9 million subscribers, almost 2 million with under 100 videos. I mean, he's at 98 videos that he's created, but that's crazy though. That's crazy to think about. But anyways, man, he's one of my favorite YouTubers, bro, because of the stories and how he animates them, bro. It's pretty cool, bro. But anyways, man, let's not waste any more time, bro. This video was just uploaded 3 hours ago, man. Let's dive straight up into it, man. Let's go.
And then from behind me, I hear,
Lord Donald, I saw you live. Me did think say you live somewhere nicer than that. No, yo, Donald,
yeah,
really, that's how you live, dog. Rotted.
Bro,
I
that's
turn
so
around,
foul.
and there's this group of kids laughing at me. And I don't know what to do.
Bro. Bullying, bro. Don't do that. That's so foul.
The insecurities we carry with us into adulthood are the results of things that happen to us as children, often at the hands of other children. The cruelest thing I think that kids do to each other is mock and tease each other for things that they have absolutely no control over.
Exactly.
You know, height, skin color, the kind of clothes their parents can afford to give them.
Come on,
it's
man.
f***ed up. And listen, I agree that getting teased as a kid helps you build thick skin, and you need that in life because at times the world can be a very cold and unforgiving place. But does that justify children being mean to other children?
Hell no.
I don't know. Personally, I got my fair share of shit growing up. A fella knocked out my 2 front teeth almost as soon as I got them, so I didn't have any front teeth from nursery school age until like the 2nd grade.
Ooh.
And when they came in buck and crooked.
Oh
so
my
I got bare
gosh.
crooked teeth jokes all the way until like the 5th grade when I started to somewhat grow into them. They were still crooked as shit, but I embraced it. Kinda.
Oh
I got
God.
big feet jokes. I got ugly feet jokes. Oh God.
Hey.
Niggas made fun of my hairline. They said my head was big. And I wasn't short as a kid, but I wasn't tall. And I was skinny. So big kids thought they could push me around, which is why as a kid, I just tried to be everyone's friend. And to top it off, my mom would buy these big ass backpacks every year, even though I would tell her not to specifically buy me JanSports. And she would never do it because she said that they were expensive while being poorly made. And she wanted me to value things based on their quality instead of their popularity, which is true, but still lame. But of everything that I've ever been teased about, there was one thing that really bothered me when it happened, and I think it was because it was based around a lie. See, like when I got teased for my crooked teeth, I would go home, look in the mirror, and say to myself, yeah, these some crooked ass teeth, nigga. Maybe one day you get braces, I don't know. But when people start lying about you, what you gonna do? Embrace the lie? All you can do is ignore it, which is easier said than done. So back in like the 8th grade, right? Back in Jamaican high school, my dad started a supplies company, supplying things like copier paper, stationery, and other office supplies to other companies.
Okay.
He started it with his friend, and together they settled on setting up their base of operations at this spot that was pretty close to my school. So one day, he picks me up from school and tells me that he's gonna stop by the office on the way home and show me the new place. So we're driving down from school, down this main street called Hope Road, the same way we always drive to get home. We're like 3 minutes down the road from school, and then my dad makes a right onto this property that I had never noticed before. I'm talking, I've been down this street hundreds of times at that point. Never once did I notice this property, and that's probably because the small entranceway was hidden by an overgrowth of bushes and shrubs. So we drive down this dirt road and park in front of this large 1-story building, which was clearly a house, not an office building.
Hey,
this was a house, and it was old. Like, the niggas who built it had had slaves, bro, for sure. It was so old and it was not well taken care of. Turns out the people that owned it inherited it from their family and wanted to turn it into a business complex, but it was still in the beginning phase of being turned into that. On the outside, it still looked like an old rundown house. Now, at first, I actually thought it was kind of cool. You know, I like old buildings and I like the idea of my dad starting a company. And when I went inside, it looked like an office space. There were desks and computers and air conditioning. There was fresh paint on the walls. Everything looked legit. On top of which, I thought it was pretty cool to now be walking distance from my dad's office. So that became the daily routine. After school, whenever I didn't have sports, my dad would pick me up, take me to the office, and I'd play video games on the computer until it was time to go home.
Okay.
Well, one day, my dad says to me, "Hey son, instead of me picking you up, I want you to walk to the office after school." So I'm like, no problem. So one day, I'm walking to the office after school, and I'm walking with a crowd of students. In Jamaica, we don't have school buses that pick you up and drop you off from school. Most kids have to use the city bus. So I'm walking to the office. These other kids are walking to the bus stop, kids that know who I am. We're walking, and then we get to the gate at the front of the property. So I turn and start walking up the dirt pathway, and then from behind me, I hear,
Lord Donald, I say you live. Me did think say you live somewhere nicer than that. No, yo, Donald, I really did say you live, dog. Rotted.
I turn around, and there's this group of kids laughing at me. And I don't know what to do. Because one, they're still walking on their way to the bus stop. So I'm like, I'm not about to chase them down and try and convince them that I don't live here. Also, I don't live here. So I'm like, I guess I should ignore that, but I still felt pretty shitty because I could see how it looks like I lived there. And no one's gonna look at this rundown old slave master's house and think that there are these small companies being started in the back. And no one at the school actually knew where I really lived because my parents weren't the sleepover and hang out with other kids after school kind of parents. So I just turned around and with a good amount of embarrassment, walked into the house. And I didn't say anything about it to my dad because I didn't know what to say. So I just didn't. But I knew I never wanted to walk there again because I didn't want this rumor that I live in a bando to grow. But I also didn't want to tell my dad that I didn't want to walk there anymore because of what some dumb kids are saying. So the next day, I go to school and I'm paranoid that everyone now thinks that I live in an abandoned house down the street. Every chuckle I hear, every whisper, I think is some kid roasting me about living in a dump. And I already wasn't the most confident kid in the 8th grade, so it made me feel insecure. And now the school bell at the end of the day went from being my favorite sound to being the sound I hated the most. I came up with all these ways to avoid people finding out about the house. Sometimes I would just sit and wait after school for as long as I could so that most of the kids would have already taken the bus home. I tried to always walk by myself, and if I saw someone that knew me, I would just walk in a way where they couldn't see me. And then, as soon as I turned the corner onto the property, I would run to the house door, trying to get inside before anyone I knew walked by. I was putting myself through so much just to avoid people finding out something about me that wasn't even true. And that's how I operated the entire rest of the school year. The next school year though, my little sister started 7th grade at my school. And now after school, I had to walk her to the office. And that changed everything. Because now it wasn't about worrying about people spreading rumors that I lived in some rundown house down the street. Now it was about making sure my baby sister got to my dad's office safely. Also, my little sister looked up to me. And if she sensed that I was insecure about the house, maybe then she would start feeling embarrassed about it too. And I didn't grow up with a big brother to teach me the importance of masculinity and stoicism. But despite being divorced from my mom, my dad did teach me enough to know that it's important that the women in your life never see you as weak or scared, even in the moments that you are weak and scared, because that's just what men are supposed to do. So the very first time I walked with my sister, she wanted us to walk with a group of kids she knew. So we're walking up the street, And then as we get to the gate, surrounded by people who knew both of us, instead of wanting to hide, I walked with my back straight, my chin held high, and as if nothing was wrong with this picture. Because nothing was wrong with that picture. And I don't know if my sister even sensed it, or if she was just already mature enough to know that shit like this didn't matter, but she looked comfortable and like she didn't have a care in the world.
Oh,
and that's all that mattered to me. And I noticed I heard no snickering, no laughing, and it made me think, why the did I ever let that shit bother me in the first place? And from that day on, it never did. I never explained myself. I'd walk with my friends sometimes, and if anyone ever asked me why I'm walking in there, I'd just say, this is where I go after school. And then that was it. There are a lot of morals that you can take away from this. But the one I want to focus on is that when someone tries to gain popularity at the expense of someone else, it's because they believe that the only way they can lift themselves up in the eyes of others is by putting someone else down. And that is a true mark of someone who feels inadequate. So take solace in that and know that more than likely, it's because you have something that they wish they had.
I don't know the last time that I told myself that I want to. Cause I wanted it. Girl, you know that's what I'm gonna do. I can spend my nights, girl, with nobody else. Sorry, I'm closed off, I'm close to myself. I could die tonight if I go alright. I don't need more time.
I heard that message.
Souls don't die.
That's it.
No, I hope I'm
and this
right.
Song slap.
Oh.
With the beat, golly, that junk slap. I really do. I might have to check this out after. Oh boy. But a powerful, powerful message. That's exactly what everybody needs to take in, bro. If anybody really is joking on you or saying anything rude, bro, it's because they want what you don't have. I mean, they want what they don't have, bro. So it's something that you have that they want, bro. So don't even worry about it. The little things that you stressing about, bro, won't mean crap 10, 15 years later, bro. Like, for real, for real. Especially to all the young kids in school, bro, and just overthinking stuff about your clothes and whatnot. Folks really won't remember, bro. Because half the people that you're talking to now, you won't be talking to like months after you leave school or anything like that. Especially now with COVID. Like on your hand right now, how many people have you actually talked to since you left school? Like my finger, bro. Come on now, be serious, bro. But anyways, man, I hope y'all enjoyed that video, bro. Young Don the Sauce Guy, always delivering as promised, bro. But anyways, man. I'll see y'all in the next video, bro. Please go over and check out Young Don the Sauce Guy. Subscribe to his channel, leave a like, whatnot, and subscribe to my channel as well. Leave a like. Let's see if we can get up to about 5 to 10 likes, you know, whatnot. But anyways, man, I hope y'all enjoyed that video. Subscribe, like, and come back for the next video, bro. Deuces.